Hello, and welcome to Indie Cigar Review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Gurkha European Selection in Maduro. This is a Thompson cigar exclusive. Normally I'm not a big fan of theirs, but cigar looked good, price was fairly decent, so I figured, hey, I'll buy a sampler pack. I purchased this blend in Maduro, Habano, and Connecticut, and I will be reviewing all three shortly. As you can see, already chugging along into the first third. The burn is not razor sharp by any means, but not in need of any touch-ups at all. At least not yet. Here's hoping it stays that way. The cigar has a very nice firm pack, but it is uneven. There are, I guess you can call it, lumps in it. Looks almost like the cigar's acne, minus the white head, but that'd be horrifying on a cigar. But very veiny, very, I don't know, rugged looking sticker, I guess you would call it. Not bad, and it isn't an ugly cigar by any means. And it has a gigantic band on it. It's kind of ridiculous how big this thing is. But I collect bands and turn them into all type of useful things, so yeah. This will be no exception. And it's a quite nice band. Nice black and gold. Almost a lacquer finish to it. So yes, I am going to keep on smoking this Thompson exclusive Gurkha European Selection cigar. Maduro cigar, excuse me. And I will come back to you at the first third, which should be in about 10 minutes. The halfway point, or the second third, based upon when the flavors shift. Once more at the first band, and then once more at the nub. I shall speak to you shortly. Alright, we are into the first third of the Gurkha European Selection Maduro cigar. So far, a very nice, smooth tobacco with that Gurkha taste on the front of the palate. On the finish, there is almost a hot chocolate aroma to it. Aroma finish. Like a, not like an actual cup of hot chocolate, but more of the nature of the actual powder itself. If you ever actually smelled that or tasted that, I have both, so I'm curious like that. That's exactly what it tastes like. Very, very pleasant, actually. Very surprised. Now, I'm normally a pretty big fan of Gurkhas, but I've had a few recently that were disappointing. And Thompson Cigar is not my favorite place to shop, period. I have friends that actually live in Miami. I live in California, pretty far from Miami. And apparently their main shop is very, very nice, but it's huge. It's a very large company, so they tend to skimp on the product sometimes. Thankfully, this is not the case. Though this is a exclusive to Thompson brand, or brand cigar, so I should imagine they would take some pride in it. The end smokes a decent chunk. Smoke is mild body currently, or not mild. Strength is mild currently. As you can see, the smoke output's not great. It started off being almost chewy, but it turned into something less than shortly after. Still very enjoyable though, very nice flavor to it, so I will come back to you at the second third, or the halfway point, based upon where transitions lie. So yes, I shall speak to you shortly, once again. Alright, we are down to almost the halfway point, still in the second third. The flavors have shifted. That hot chocolate aroma slash finish has left. Now there's a very strong pepper. Still that very smooth tobacco taste of that Gurkha flavor to it at the front of the palate, per their usual. But yes, that very strong pepper. As you can see, the burn is very inconsistent, very wobbly. Just not the prettiest thing. As you can tell by the cigar from looking at it on the camera right now, very splotchy, kind of an ugly looking wrapped cigar. However, it still smokes very well, produces good quantities of smoke, nice flavor, multiple transitions, and I'm not even at the band point yet, obviously. So yes, I will actually smoke this to the second band point because this first is not very far away, and I will come back to you with an update. So yes, this is once again the Gurkha European Selection Maduro, and this is a Churchill. I believe I forgot to say that the last time, but yes, this is a Churchill cigar, 7 by 50. Alright, as you can see, we are not down to the second band point, but quick update. It's taken on a semi-sweet flavor, almost to the point of tasting like an infused or flavored cigar. Not quite, but almost to that point. Also, I have that light-headed, numb, euphoric feeling of a stronger cigar when the nicotine acts in accordance to what feels almost like THC or a narcotic. Either way, very enjoyable cigar. Though it should be noted, towards the second band point, it does get rather strong. Definitely not full-bodied, but it does have strength to it. I'm currently smoking this at a little past noon. I've already had breakfast, so I'm on a full stomach relatively. So, yes, I would recommend you eat something unless you are accustomed to strong cigars. Again, not quite full-bodied, but close. So I'll come back to you at the band point, or second band point, as I had stated before, and then once more at the nub. I shall speak to you shortly while I kick back and enjoy this euphoric seduction of a cigar. Just past the second band point. Rather chilly in my house, so put the hood on, put the sweater up, and tried to warm myself. Flavors haven't really changed much. However, my cat, I can actually find him on this damn thing. There you go. Is enjoying the cigar as well. Enjoying the smoke and the strength, and is pretty much in a coma on my lap. Pretty hilarious. But yeah, so far a very good cigar. It should be noted I've had to touch the cigar up 7 times. While the flavors remain very consistent, it hasn't really altered that good taste to it. The construction is definitely lacking. I've never had to touch up a cigar 7 times, and you're probably thinking that with minor touch-ups. The burn was literally like this, to the point to where it was almost like a slash. Very poor burn. Smoke is still decent quantity. Flavor is still pleasant. It's actually coming a little washed out. I take back the lack of transitions. Flavors are starting to fade a little bit. More of just that smooth tobacco. Minor pepper on the finish. But yeah, so far, enjoyable cigar. I will definitely smoke this in Habano and Connecticut shortly. Because the cigar, despite the burn issues and others, is very pleasant. I do still recommend it. Just take your torch, zap it real quick, and then you're right back to smoking a very pleasant cigar. I've had cigars that don't draw correctly, They don't draw at all. Ones you have to poke skewers through in order to get even a remote decent quantity of smoke. So to take about 3 or 4 seconds every 15 minutes or so to burn away the excess wrapper. Not that big of a deal to me personally, but if that's a deal breaker to you, then that's up to you. I will come back to you with the nub with one final update as well as my farewells. And my thank yous to my lovely 4 new subscribers. One more quick update. As you can see, this is not cut, it's simply punched, which is the smallest possible way to maintain the cap. And despite so, the cap completely fell off. I just took a draw and almost swallowed this. Again, issues with construction, but still a very enjoyable smoke. Just again, be aware, be careful. Also, the ash does not hold on very long. I recommend you ash every half an inch. Again, issues with construction, but the blend is still very, very pleasant. Down to the nub. Alright, I did have to relight once towards the end. The cigar became so hot that I had to roll off the ash, clip the end, and start over. What that means is I enjoy smoking cigars down to the nub, personally, when I can anyways. This cigar, forgive the ash, I dumped it in the ashtray already. I had to roll off the ash because it was becoming so inconsistent, and I had to touch it up when there wasn't much of it left to touch up. So, rolled off the ash, clipped roughly a 1/4 inch off the end, and relit it. And lasted another 20 minutes after that point. In total, this cigar lasted 1 hour and 39 minutes. So a pretty decent time. Even after that little snip, which normally tends to destroy the flavors, it maintained that same very pleasant flavor. The washed outness I was speaking about previously disappeared, and it finished off with a very dry, bittersweet chocolate. Not quite that hot chocolate aroma I was telling you about previously, but close. Either way, a very enjoyable cigar. I was very impressed with it. And if you're wondering why my screen just went dark, I am currently going to my main page, and I'm going to begin listing off the names of my recent subscribers and a sincere thank you. One person in particular has a complicated name that I'm probably going to butcher, and I apologize sincerely for that beforehand. So, those people are: thank you so much to Canal D. Oh God, Purpose Smoker. Cigar. He does cigar reviews. I'm looking at a couple of his stuff right now. Looks like a fairly solid person for in terms of reviewers. I'll post his link up. Another one is DC Cowboy 4. Thank you for having a simple name. Another one would be CMHMASC Guy H Channel. I don't know how to say that name and I don't want to destroy it, so I'm just going to call you that. Thank you so much. Another one is, in a foreign language. I'm not going to try to say that. I will butcher it. It looks like it's Czechoslovakian, but I'm not positive. But the last part is 1992 Nicholas. Thank you so much for subscribing. I sincerely appreciate it. I will post links to your channels if you have videos. If not, well, you're obviously just subscribing to people, so there's no need for that. I sincerely thank you for your patronage. So, this has been the Gurkha European Selection Maduro in Churchill. Very enjoyable smoke, despite the constant burn problems. I still give it a tobacco-inspired smile. Cheese. However, it should be duly noted that there are constant burn issues. I do not give the cigar itself, that rating, I give the blend. The blend withstood numerous touch-ups, a relight, and even having to snip the end. All the things that destroy the cigars, generally speaking, maintain a beautiful flavor throughout. However, the cap fell off in my mouth between relights and touch-ups. I really can't say the cigar is that good. The construction is very lacking, which is strange because normally Gurkha has very good construction, but the blend was very, very pleasant. I sincerely hope the other ones maintain the same blend with a better construction and just different wrappers. So this has been a new cigar review. As always, if you like the video, hit like. If you want a shout out, if you want some free promotion, I will happily link your channel if you subscribe. However, it should be noted, I will watch your videos, and if I do not like them, I will not support you. I do not endorse people I do not believe in. I will say thank you, but I will not do what I have for others, which is endorse your channel. The others, I enjoyed them. If I don't, I'm not going to. I'm not going to lie for the betterment of anybody. That's personally how I am. With that being said, the ones who did subscribe, I will look at your videos briefly after this is finished recording and uploaded. And if I enjoy them, I'll make a separate video linking your channels as well as saying thank you once again with a description of what you have to offer. This has been a new cigar review. I sincerely hope you have a great day, morning, noon, or night. Whatever you're doing, hope you're having a wonderful time in doing it. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and thank you once again.